Chef Adam Diltz, chef owner of Elwood restaurant here in Philadelphia. Today we're going to be making pumpkin pie, a favorite of mine. When I was a kid, I used to eat and eat and eat as many slices as my grandma would give me. I actually was able to go back when I was younger. After I moved to Boston, I came back for like a week to back home, and my grandfather, Elwood, who the restaurant's named after, and my grandmother, Grammy Joan, we called her, they showed me how to make pumpkin pie. Okay, first, what we're gonna do is I got a butternut squash here. I cut it in half, took out the seeds, scored it, and I'm gonna just pop it in the oven, 350 degrees until it gets soft. Probably about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. The butternut squash, my family used for pumpkin pie. The Pennsylvania Dutch, they like to use the long neck pumpkins. Okay, so now it's time to make the pie. I have this squash puree that I made with the squash. So basically, as you saw, we roasted it till it's nice and soft, and I just put it in a blender to blend up. If it's a little too thick for your blender, then just add a little water or a little milk. So one nice smooth. You also don't have to do it this way. I mean, you can just mash it, or a food processor if you like, or a food mill even. So we're gonna put that in there. That was about 2 cups, I'd say. And then, so we'll put in eggs. I got about 3 eggs in there. So you're basically making a custard. Well, you are making a custard. So this is, and this style of pumpkin pie will be that we all know, which is the New England style of pumpkin pie. Of course, it got famous by Thanksgiving. With Thanksgiving, everybody started making this pie when Thanksgiving became a national holiday. The other way to make it would be like the Pennsylvania Dutch. They would slice the pumpkin and they would lay it in pie shells. With this custard type that we call the New England style, which is basically the English style is how they would have done. But they took the native ingredient, squash or pumpkins, and made it. So I got about a cup of milk in there. And then, of course, your pumpkin pie spice. So I got a little cinnamon and nutmeg here. Put them in that much. And there we go. Now it's ready for the pie shell. So we have our pie shell. Now I want to add that your pie dough, I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about the crust and how it looks, for Instagram that's the least important part, right? The most important part, obviously, I think, is how it tastes, number one. And then number two, make sure it's cooked properly. So you have your pie dough. If you wanted a pie dough recipe, let me know in the comments or email me, and I'll do a pie dough recipe. So we take our custard filling. I'm going to pour it in. Well, my pie shell is bigger too. Normally pie shell's about 9 inches. This is bigger. But so I'm going to put that in there. And then my grandmother always sprinkled cinnamon and nutmeg on top, so that's what I do. This is a little garnish, I guess. So once we have this ready, I'm going to put it in an oven, 300 degrees, so it doesn't cook too hot. So I'll put it in the oven, 300 degrees, for about 30 minutes. Then we'll check it and spin it if it needs to be spun, if the oven's not cooking evenly, and then we'll see how it goes. So here we have our finished pumpkin pie. So once it was done, I took it out of the oven, put it in the fridge so that it cools down. I like to let it cool thoroughly. And now we sliced it. So it looks good. If your pumpkin pie cracks and you don't like it, like I said, what really matters is how it tastes. But if it does crack and you don't want it to crack, I think you should probably turn down the oven. Some ovens run a little hot. Remember, you are making a custard. This is just a custard, so you don't want it too hot. But like I said, the most important part is whether it tastes good. So we're going to dig in right now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Check out the website, www.elwoodrestaurant.com. Thank you.